Speak up. When it comes to self-advocacy for people with disabilities, I have 2 words for you. Speak up. In this video, we're going to talk about self-advocacy for people with disabilities, and I'll give you some wheel tips along the way. I'm WheelTips Joe. This is WheelTips Wednesday. Coming up.
Hey, WheelTips Joe!
Don't be surprised when you get tipped. This message is meant to strongly encourage people with disabilities to become self-empowered, stronger, and confident to take charge of your own life, to claim your rights to equal treatment under the law. I'm a subject matter expert with over 43 years experience living the wheelchair life. I'm also a former self-advocacy coordinator for people with disabilities, student, employee, and elite athlete. You will discover today that I am a disability advocate and a disability activist for life. I publicly support disability rights. I strive to bring about social change. My aim is to do my part to improve the quality of life for people with disabilities in the United States and the world. I have disability pride. I made this video because people have been asking for it. I hope you find it useful. I'm a paraplegic as a result of a car crash. I have a visible disability. I'm a wheelchair user. This is my personal mobility vehicle. I also have invisible disabilities too. In my experiences in advocating for myself, I learned that in order to get results, I had to be clear on what my goals are in life. I did my best to make sure that I talked to the right people to help me accomplish them. My biggest challenge was learning how to become more assertive, to effectively communicate and negotiate in order to get my needs met within my rights as a person with a disability. Do you know what my motivation was? I didn't want to become homeless, so I went to work in school. I was my own best self-advocate. I have some wins under my belt. I got vocational rehabilitation to fund my education, got a career after college, got my job to provide reasonable accommodations, got my home built with universal design features, I got an apartment remodeled with a roll-in shower, all because I was clear on what I wanted and spoke up. My goals centered around having a place to live, paying my bills, going to school, going to work, and having a reliable car that will get me from point A to point B and not be stranded because of a lack of transportation. Wheel tip: embrace your disability and don't be ashamed of it. Embracing your disability is one of the first steps to self-advocacy. You have value and self-worth. Please remember that. Wheel tip: speak up for yourself. Ask for help when you need help with anything. Don't be shy. Be assertive, polite, and be active in requesting assistance and in communicating your needs. No one knows your needs better than yourself. You may have special needs that need to be accommodated. You can get it by asking for it and discussing it. What do you need? Do you need to get your Social Security check started? Do you need to get your health insurance started, like Medicaid or Medicare? Do you need to get a job, get a reasonable accommodation on a job? Do you need to go to school, a reasonable accommodation at school? Speak up. Whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you are trying to do, you got to speak on it. Wheel tip: meet with the right people who can help you. Wheel tip: take notes with your notepad on your phone or ask to record the conversation or meeting if you think It will help you remember. Wheel tip. Follow up with any guidance that you were given, like making phone calls to any contact referrals. Follow up with the person who gave you the referral to give them updates on what happened. Wheel tip. Persist until you succeed. Don't give up until you reach your goal. Don't let anything stop you from accomplishing your purpose and living your life. Wheel tip. Don't put limitations on yourself. Think bigger. Think bigger than you can. Think bigger than you could. Think bigger than you do. But whatever you do, make sure you think bigger. Every journey begins with your imagination and the first step. You have just been tipped by WheelTips Joe.